I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be ballin' too. I know you seen us fallin' too. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's greater haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bread, you talk to the head. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, God, I'm fly, something like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, I'm right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly you down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really drippin', leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK to anybody, kill him. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split him. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner.
5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops straight go. I got them all, you don't want no.
I got all those shit, nigga.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sonny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleed. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleed.
What up, what up, what up? Peace and blessings to everybody. How y'all doing? Peace and blessings to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, hold on one second. Told you it never fails. Every day, whenever she hear me cut the music on, she waits till I put the Blow It song on. And then she just has to call me for something. I'm like, hold on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm like, I was just in this house this whole day. This whole day I've been in the house. I spoke to you earlier. We chilling there, thing. Kids doing their schoolwork. Now when it's time for me to come in my domain and get on this right here, now all of a sudden you have something to say, something that you have to call and ask me. I swear it's like she's trying to assert, some type of dominance or something. You know, this shit crazy. It's funny. Sometimes you gotta let women have their little cheap thrills. I'm telling you. Things, big AMC FSG in the building. Tracking 327. What it do, homie? Peace. My brother Terrell Davis in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Shalom, King, to my brother Miss Todd Drakeford in the building. Salute, Queen. Hope everything's well. I knew I was gonna see you on that video KO did, Miss Drakeford. I said she gonna be over there. Shout out to Windy City in the building, the assassin. The beautiful queen, Miss Arena in here. Shout out to my boss women out here wifing niggas. Salute. Justin Hawkins in the building. Salute, salute. All these beautiful queens in this chat room can wipe these niggas. Where them niggas at that's trying to get wiped up? We got some queens in here. Shout out to my brother LaMarcus Robinson in the building. Salute, King. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Because I seen the beautiful Queen Cassandra's in the building. Salute, Queen. Hope all is well. Brother Huey P. Newton in the building. What's going on, man? Straight pimping. Big block with that 454 coming through. Salute. David Tassane. What's good, bro? Peace and blessings to you. Let's see. That should be about. Yep. I think that's it. JTM, salute, King. Peace and blessings to you, bro. Hope everything's well with you as well. And my nigga, the Hawk, Justin in the building. We ain't talking about the Hawk, Julian Williams. We talking about Justin Hawkins. That's what we talking about. Not that Julian Williams fella. All right. So salute to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. So now, Lee Jackson, my guy. Salute, King. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings to my man Lee Jackson in the building. Salute, salute. So, it just came in, and it's been backed by Lomachenko's people. Lomachenko wants to fight Tank Davis now. Lomachenko seen what Lamont Roach was aesthetics now. So now Lamont Roach was able to survive a Tank Davis fight. Exactly, David. Now, I'm gonna tell you two things about this. Lomachenko was all for a Tank Davis fight before the Frank Martin fight. After the destruction of Franklin Martin, Lomachenko wanted to retire. Then Tank Davis has a less than stellar performance against Lamont Roach, right? So now Lomachenko's back interested. He's back on the table. He wants to see some action, right? So now Tank is in a precarious situation with this fight. What Tank is going to have to do, Tank is going to have to lock in that fight with Lomachenko, get it all signed and locked in before he gets in that ring. Garcia and Hector Garcia. Y'all remember he sat there and had a Ryan Garcia. Guerrero, you on the wrong channel, brother. Come over here on Upper Interline, Guerrero. So what Tank is gonna have to do is what he did. This is what Tank and he's gonna have to do. He's gonna have to sign Loma to the fight. They said they looking around November, December. He's gonna have to get Loma to commit to that in December. Light skin business is the bit. What the business is, he's gonna have to get Lomachenko to commit to this fight. He's gonna have to get it in writing and get it in the contract. Because if he does not get this in contract and he goes out there and he destroys Lamont Roach, like we know he's gonna destroy Lamont Roach, then see he showed vulnerability and Lomachenko bit. Now he's gonna have to in the Hector Luis Garcia fight. He signed to fight Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia the back. And that's why Devin Haney and them was calling Tank out, because they knew Tank they knew he had two fights lined up, so they knew they could talk shit for about a year. Because Tank was then it was time to duck and squeeze and hide and please, and like, I don't know what you're talking about, brother. So yes. So now Tank Davis has to lock it in with Lomachenko. Because if he goes out there and do Lamont Roach, the way back in retirement, he's gonna say, fuck that shit, it ain't worth it. He said he's not about to put me out like that. I'm going in and out. Thank you, Tanya. Hold on, let me see. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Tell me how I sound now with the mic, y'all. And shout out to the beautiful Queen Tanya Johnson in the building. Am I still riding in and out? I'm good? Okay. I hate using the studio mic, but because it's hard. Well, I ain't got Key up here right now. She waiting for her. All that, so they good. But Dr. Key said she can. But yeah. So sign, get him to agree to the fight. Like when he fought, cause see, when he fought Hector Luis Garcia, he signed a 2-fight contract. And shout out to my nigga Fresh Baker in the building with the motherfucking pies. Them nigga pies. He turned them white only pies to nigga pies. So what he did, he actually signed, because Ryan Garcia was iffy. Shout out to my nigga Brian the King Falcon in the building, big AMCFSG representative coming through. But this is what he did. He knew Ryan Garcia was iffy, in and out. So he signed the Ryan Garcia fight when he signed the Hector Luis Garcia fight. So him and Ryan was already locked in. And that's what Tank has to do now. He has to sign that Lomachenko fight, get it set up so it won't be no question. Because when he goes in there and if he destroys Lamont Roach better than he did Frank Martin, then Lomachenko's going to try to fade back into the sunset. But if he got a legal obligation with that contract, then it'll be a penalty if he tries to go back in there. So they need to make sure they get that signed in, locked, stocked, and ready to drop. So he can hit Mr. Twinkle Toes and send that nigga back to the Matrix. Because Tank gonna show that nigga he's Neo. You ain't no Neo. You ain't no Alexander. You're not no conqueror. You're not Neo in the Matrix. You just the Matrix. And Tank Davis said he's Neo. And this is part 1, not 2, not 3, but this is part 1. It should have been over at part 1. Them other 2 parts of Matrix made it cheesy. None of the sequels was better than the original. I'm just keeping it real. And yes, but that's what they need to do on that. Then, shout out to my nigga KO Boxing because he reported on it. But you got Lamont Roach and his dad doing the I Survived Tank tour. And it seemed like every time they get on a show, they contradict themselves. They was just on, shout out to the Mexican Monster Kawhi Elliott in the building. They was just on Talking with Flea with Cameron and Mace. Or it is what it is, whatever the show that it's called. But they was talking with Cam and Mace. And Lamont Roach and his father sat there and was lying worse than Bill Haney in his heyday. They was saying Tank didn't have nothing in his eye. He wiped his eye every time I hit him. So every time I hit him, that's when he would wipe his eye. Tank didn't have nothing in his eye. So you sitting there lying. Because in your lawsuit, you tried to get the fight and get Tank disqualified for having an eye irritant. Even though it wasn't even yours, you tried to get him for bringing an eye irritant into the ring because of the possibility of it getting in Lamont Roach's eye. So if that's not the case, why did you put that in your lawsuit? So in your lawsuit, which you wrote up, you said he had eye irritant and you tried to get him DQ'd over that. And now you're on a syndicated podcast, nationally syndicated podcast, saying that he didn't have irritant in his eye. Like, nigga, make up your mind. Like, so if he didn't have that, so you tried to steal a win. So you lied in the lawsuit? I thought if you put out a lawsuit or something like that, then you could perjure yourself if you lie on it. Ain't that like putting out a false document? Aren't your documents supposed to be sworn in? So either you admit that you lied on the lawsuit or you admit that you're lying to the public. Like every time you get on a show, your shit changes. And I remember what the beautiful Miss Ty asked me to do yesterday. Let me see if I can do that. Hold on. All right, hold on. All right. We about to do this. Hold on 1 second. All right, I had to restart. Shout out to my brother Zulu Line in the building. Yeah, I had to restart my device real quick, my computer. It started going through the I had to switch devices for a quick second. Give me 5 minutes, Miss Todd. I'm gonna pull up the Roach and Tank fight. My shit just like be crashing and shit because I don't use it. Hell yeah. So while my thing is restarting, I'm gonna pull that up in like 5 minutes because that's about the time it takes for that thing to restart. And make sure y'all smash the like button, hit the Cash App or hit the PayPal, support the grind. Y'all know we grinding every day. We motherfucking grinding like we shining, and we shining till we grind. Feel me? And you know, it's off of y'all proceeds that this show keeps going right now. Yep. I get to try again in June. June the 11th. That's when I can try for monetization of fucking again, thanks to the zone. And that strike they gave me. Because apparently you can't, shout out to Don't Mess with Texas. Apparently you can't try to be monetized with a strike pending. So I have to wait 3 months until that strike goes away now. So thank you, DAZN. You broke pieces of shit. Hopefully y'all don't last too much long anyway, since Eddie Hearns is talking about retiring and he's talking about selling Matchroom. So you know, Eddie's talking about selling Matchroom. That's crazy. Did y'all know that? Eddie Hearns is talking about selling Matchroom and he's talking about retiring. They don't put the press game down on Eddie Hearns so much he's trying to get the fuck out the game. Turkey a la shitty done squeezed that nigga out the game, y'all. That's what happened. Nigga got a squeeze play put on him. But yeah. Shout out to Picasso in the building. Salute. B-Dog, what it do? Yes, that's what they're talking about, B-Dog. Talking about Eddie Hearns is he's trying to retire and he's thinking about selling Matchroom. I mean, it's not like Matchroom got a whole bunch of good people over there. I mean, he got Boots now. Desmond Johnson, salute, King. Hell, Anthony Joshua, it's almost time to take him out there to the field and put one in the back of his head. You feel me? It's time to put him out the pasture. So you know, who knows, man? Who knows? You figure Dillman. But come on, computer. Take it too fucking long. But yeah, like a lot of people don't realize it, but Tank is really the face of boxing. Motherfuckers is not talking about Canelo Alvarez fight coming up. They're talking about a fight that Tank did 3 weeks ago. And if he signs the fight Lomachenko after Lamont Roach, that's all people gonna be talking about this year. Tank he's actually got the Floyd Mayweather effect, really. Like whenever Floyd in his heyday, Mr. Empire salute. Floyd Mayweather in his heyday. That's all you talking about. And then after Floyd, you had AB, you had Adrian Broner used to keep the move. So you know, Floyd moved the needle, Spence moved the needle, Wilder moved the needle. I don't know why my shit keep going through updates every time I turn this bitch on. Like, I don't know. You said Floyd said he might buy the zone, Kawhi. What was you saying? Zulu Thurman was almost there. Like when he got that fight with Pacquiao, like I think if he could have got that win over Pacquiao, then he would have got credit for that 588,000 pay-per-view. And then Thurman, he could have unified with Spence. And that would have been it. He would have been there. If Thurman and Spence would have fought, that fight would have been way bigger than Spence versus Crawford. It would have been way bigger than Spence and Crawford. Because that was the fight everybody was asking for. And most of them people that cheered for Crawford were really Thurman fans. Crawford really doesn't have fans. Like, his attitude keeps fans away from him. You feel me? Like, his attitude makes people not really want to fuck with him. But it is what it is. Hold on. All right, got the computer up and going. Here we go. So I just logged into the computer. Let me pull up this damn fight. All right, this thing's pulling up. Yeah, Thurman was knocking on that door. I would have loved to see him. If Spence could have just calmed down and fought Thurman, that would have been great. But Pacquiao had to win. I mean, Pacquiao beat him. If Thurman didn't lose to Pacquiao, that would have been a beautiful thing. Instead of Spence fighting Yordenis Ugas, he would have fought motherfucking damn Thurman. That would have been a huge fight. Hell, Spence versus Pacquiao was going to be a huge fight. So he got that eye injury. And that's the only reason Spence took that Crawford fight, because he missed that big ass payday with Pacquiao. And he said he wasn't going to miss out on another one of those. He was trying to fight that fight with one eye, he said. He said, I got two eyes. Shit. All right. And yeah, while I'm pulling up this video, let me get some support in the Cash App or the PayPal. I need 5 people to support the grind for the day. That's all I ask for is 5 people to set the grind. 5 people to respect the craft. But let's see. That means I gotta switch devices again. Hell yeah, Zulu. He said all I need is one. They said you can lose your eye. He was like, well, hell, I got 2 of them. But Pacquiao that night, they didn't. When Thurman and Pacquiao fought, they didn't even do drug tests. Like, they didn't do no vital testing, and you could tell because Pacquiao looked like he was back in his 20s that night. Pacquiao reversed Father Time so fucking fast, and when he dropped Thurman, I was like, Thurman ain't got no type of chin because Pacquiao came in with a 4-piece, and Thurman backed straight up. He dodged the first 2, and then he dodged the 3rd one, and then he straightened back up, and that 4th one clipped him. I was like, wow, what the hell does Pacquiao got in his gloves? I said, that man, he owns some shit tonight. And when he hit Thurman in that body too, I said, yeah, Pacquiao on his juice tonight. I said, he got his juice in his system. That nigga got that Gatorade. That was that Gatorade Pacquiao had on him that night. And Keith Thurman was up all night in the damn casino. AB talking about, I told that nigga, take your ass to bed. It was 5 o'clock in the he said it was 5 o'clock in the morning. Adrian Broner said he came out, it was 5 o'clock in the morning. He's like, nigga, you got to fight today. Thurman had the what's it called? The jitters. Thurman was on that big stage. He didn't know what to do. Didn't know what the hell to do. And he finally got his Vegas fight, and he blew that shit. Don't duck me, son. And you ducked yourself, Thurman. There was no way he was supposed to lose. You've been chasing Floyd Mayweather all these years to lose to Pacquiao. Like, really, Thurman? And I know Floyd was sitting there looking like, and nigga, you wanted to fight me? Like, you wanted to fight me? And you got put down by my leftovers? And Thurman was talking good doing that shit. Talking about he too small. Little T-Rex arms that never reach me and all this shit. Okay, what's taking so long for this shit to pull up? My shit done updated. It's got my screen on it. I'm just waiting for the internet icon to pop up so I can do that. Yeah. Hold on. Want some polo and some shell shine. Yeah, I thought so too, Zulu. But yeah, that just goes to show you, like, sometimes the stage be too big for somebody. That was the perfect example of the stage being too big. And Thurman just wasn't ready to party. Do I need to restart the computer or something? I'm gonna restart this computer. I don't know what the fuck taking it so damn long. Maybe I need to restart it or something. So we'll wait on that video. Cause I don't know what the fuck going on. They done did the updates down and shit like froze. Ugh. But yeah. So Lamont Roach and them, they doing all this, but it's crazy, right? And KO did another video talking last night. And this is what I gotta say, right? Us as boxing fans, if we're gonna keep shit 100, we need to keep it 100 across the board, right? Shakur Stevenson fans are trying to save Shakur. That boy Javier, he wants Shakur Stevenson. And then you got all these Shakur fans talking about, what has he done? He doesn't deserve nothing. All he wants is big fights. Can y'all tell me the last 4 people that Shakur signed to fight against? No. Tell me the last 5 people that Shakur Stevenson signed to fight against. Right? Wasn't it Yoshino? Wasn't it RTM? Wasn't it Joe Cordina? Wasn't it Kid Austin? And wasn't it Padley? These are 5 people who don't matter. Yoshino wasn't shit. RTM got beat by Frank Martin. Joe Cordina hasn't fought at 135, and he's coming off being knocked out at 130. Kid Austin, he has 18 fights, only 12 knockouts. You say he's a prospect, but you're fighting him because he called you out. And then you took Padley over Javier Herrera. Pad work. A nigga that's an electrician. A dude that is a full-time electrician who finally doesn't have to stop. He can stop working now because he just did so good. He went 9 rounds. Actually, he almost went, in one more second, he would have went 10 rounds with the WBC champion. A man that had no training camp. He came in and fight Shakur Stevenson with 2 days' notice and was able to go almost 10 rounds, right? But then you got a dude who is 18-0 with 16 knockouts. Same amount of fights that Kid Austin has, but he has a much higher knockout percentage than Kid Austin. Now, you're sitting here saying that, what has he accomplished? He's accomplished more than the last 5 people I just named. Who is Code, Kawhi? And then, but like I was saying, then instead of you, when you're the boogeyman and somebody calls your name out, then you're supposed to step on their ass, right? You're supposed to step on their ass. Now, you got Teofimo Shakur. Okay, salute my nigga Marquis in the building. Well, I ain't seen that, Kawhi, but I'm going off what I seen and heard about. Now, Teofimo Lopez is locked into 2 fights right now. Win or lose, he has 2 fights. He has a fight against Barbosa, then he got a fight against Boots. Then Shakur says, I want to fight Teofimo. You calling out people that are locked up in the fights already. Like, you keep calling out people that's locked into fights. But Mercado is at, you talk about you go to 140 because you said you want to go to 140 now. Where Mercado is at 140 and he called out you and Keyshawn. Mr. M Pride, you say how was the electrician on weight if he didn't have training camp? Because Mr. M Pride, Padley, he fights at his natural weight. The same way Floyd Mayweather can fight at his natural weight. Floyd was always on weight, whether he had a training camp or not. Floyd can eat a cheeseburger before a fight and still go fight. Because some people are not weight bullies, Mr. Pride. So when you're not a weight bully, you're fighting at your correct weight. So when you're fighting at your correct weight, you stay around the same. Like when I fought in the amateurs, I stayed around my correct weight. You feel what I'm saying? I stayed around my correct weight. So you can do that when you stay in shape and you fight at your right weight. Like amateurs, they have to always make weight because they're fighting around their weight. So yeah, that's how that works right there. Herrera was on weight, Miss Ty, because Herrera had a fight coming up. You see, Herrera just fought. You know, Herrera was on weight too because he had a fight coming up. And another thing, Padley's not going to get that big anyway. Y'all gotta realize that he's a field electrician. He's a field electrician. You don't get that big doing that because you got to climb on wires. So yeah. Of course they did, GM. They always lying, though, you know. Well, you know, Padley fought. No, he wasn't a junior welterweight, Windy City. Remember, Padley had beat Mark Chamberlain at 135 his last fight, and only got like 20,000. So yeah, Windy City, no, he had moved up to 135 from 130, and he beat Mark Chamberlain at 135. He was never 140. Never 140, Windy City. Yeah, that wasn't right. But this is what I'm saying. You can't sit there and tell me all you want is big fights. I mean, Mr. Empire, when you work on a job where you have to climb up and be in the air and all that, you don't get so heavy. And no, he wasn't in shape. He just was his regular size. If you looked at him, he didn't have no definition in his body. He didn't have no tone. If he would have went through a training camp, then he wouldn't have got stopped to his body, Mr. Pride, because that's the first thing you work on in training camp is your core. He didn't have his core ready. That's why Shakur was able to stop him to the body, because he didn't have no time to strengthen his body. Exactly, Mr. King El Kubakan. They don't understand when you work a stressful job like that, like you're not going to gain weight. Like you're constantly working up there in a precarious situation. You got to be in top shape to be able to climb up and down them. You got to climb up and down them poles. I mean, when Windy City Assassin, the man had no Windy City. You talking about look it up? You said telling him he was a junior welterweight. He fought Chamberlain the fight before at 135. If he was 139 when he fought, if he was 139 when he fought Shakur, he had a 2-day notice, Windy City. So the man might not have made the one. Windy City, what are you saying, bro? The man had a 2-day notice. So if he was off by 4 pounds, what is that, Windy City? Think about what you're saying. You say you box, right, Windy City? So if I tell you to get ready for a fight in 2 days, you think you're going to make the correct weight, Windy City? Come on now, use your brain, bro. That's what we have him for. He was within weight. He was within weight for anybody outside the top 10. If you're not inside the top 10, you don't have to adhere to that strict weight limit. That's why you see people like Truck Simpson and Abdullah Mason in them. They don't, like, Abdullah Mason doesn't make the 135 weight class right there because he wasn't inside the top 10. Now he has to make the 135 weight. As long as you're close to the weight, if you're outside the top 10, then it doesn't matter. And the man fought at his walk-around weight. Windy City, the man is not that big, bro. He's not that big. And like you said, he was 139 pounds. He's supposed to be 135, so he wasn't walking around in fight weight. If he was off for 4 pounds, he wasn't walking around that fight weight. You just answered your own question. Floyd Mayweather, he walks around at 150. He fought at 152, 154. So he's just walking around that fight weight, right? Gervonta Tank Davis, when he goes into training camp, the last time he went into training camp, he was 132. He fights at 135. When Gervonta Tank Davis went into training camp for Frank Martin, he was 128. You feel me? Some people fight at their weight. That man is an electrician, and you can't tell in GM. The fact that I'm telling you he wasn't to play the whole day, GM, is because if he was to play the whole day, then he would have did some core work. And Kawhi, I'm not saying nothing about his opponent pulling out, but he had the chance to fight Javier Carrera. Shakur picked who he wanted. He picked Padley over Herrera. Well, when he went in for the Lamont Roach, he was 132 when he went in for Lamont Roach. When he went into this training camp, he was 132, bro. He wasn't incarcerated this time. And his last fight was almost what did his last fight last year? He was 132 pounds when the training camp started. So you can't use it on that then, bro. It's just some jobs. You motherfuckers stay in shape for. Like some jobs you in shape for. You know who else was in? I think that Joe Cordina was willing to step in as well. Joe Cordina was willing to step in because they had Joe Cordina out there in UK as well. So they could have put Joe Cordina in that ring. And shout out to my brother Marquis for the $2 holler. And shout out to my brother Kawhi Elliott for the $2 holler. And shout out to I don't really want to say your name. I'm just gonna say Whitmore for the $10 holler in the cash app. Appreciate you, fam. I don't know what your whatchamacallit name is, so I'm just gonna say Whitmore. I ain't gonna say your whole thing. No, Kawhi, they said that Shakur picked it. Shout out to Big Supreme. They said Shakur picked Padley because Javier Herrera wanted to fight. Eddie didn't pick it. Shakur picked it. Oh, appreciate you post game in the building. Salute, King. Appreciate you, bro, for support. Y'all keep acting like Shakur is not ducking no smoke, bro. Like, bruh, just like he said he didn't want to fight Edwin De Los Santos again. But y'all say that Edwin De Los Santos fight was a fluke. If the Edwin De Los Santos fight is a fluke, right? Then Javier is a Edwin De Los Santos. Him and Edwin De Los Santos got about the same experience. Javier just got a better knockout rate. And he's a little more forceful. So y'all can make up that damn Edwin De Los Santos fight. Well, when I was fighting at 147 Windy City, I walked around at 149. I used to try to keep my weight close because I knew if I let my weight go if I let my weight go any higher, I wouldn't be able to get back down to the damn weight.
The current WBA super featherweight.
All right now, I walk over 200 now. I'm like 208. Oh yeah, I know what you were saying. Wendy. But what I was saying is he was trying to duck it with somebody else. But I just don't trust Kid Austin, his dad, though, either. All right, let's get this going. Hold on. Eddie, Kawhi, Eddie also the one that told us, Kawhi, if we going off what Eddie said, Eddie the one that told us that Shakur Stevenson signed with him, and the only reason Shakur signed was if they did not make a Tank Davis fight. Shakur said if they make a Tank Davis fight, then he wouldn't fight for them. That was the condition for the Eddie deal. Remember that?
Hold on. New Bet365 customers get how much? That can't be right.
It's true. Join Bet365 today.
Here from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, we are
Undefeated, reigning. Super featherweight champion of the world, introduced.
There's hope that they will start to mix it up. There was talk that Davis would face Vasily Lomachenko before Lomachenko put out and then had the back injury. But here we use your feet, use the footwork. He feels Roach's feet are already heavy. Just wondering what would happen if a Tank Davis fight started in round 6.
All action all the time. He's not alone in that. Let's talk about some of the great ones. Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez.
He was mentored by Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, all about that low output, high accuracy.
Yeah, but you got to give it to Tank. I mean, yes, we would love for him to start fast and be exciting, but he's a smart fighter. He knows when to go in. He's reading the fighter right now. He's taking in data, and he doesn't want to make a mistake.
Constantly setting traps, mentally, physically, and otherwise.
Who's going to make the other fighter reach first?
Yeah,
do something they don't want to first.
Yeah, Tank, I mean, war fighter, but Tank does not like to get hit, and that's why he doesn't start as fast. He's waiting for the right moment.
All right.
We need that double jab from Roach. The corner asked for it. Double jab to close the gap.
Just a single jab from Roach and not doing anything with it. Missing with the right, the defense on display. There's Tank Davis utilizing the instructions from his corner. Barry Hubbard utilizing his feet much more here in round 3.
Good body shot there from Tank.
There's another body shot from Davis. Straight right down the middle. Always a weapon against the southpaw, public enemy number 1. But let's not forget that left hook. And Roach has a decent left hook. Loves to go to the body as well.
Roach told us he has no issues at all with southpaw. The only loss, the only draw in his career did both come against
left-handed right
fighters.
there. It's stunned. Tank stunned. He actually
not giving him anything.
The left hook by Roach in the jab. Nothing there. High guard from Davis. Monitoring the situation. Trying to pick up the tells, pick up any information that he will use as this fight unfolds. 30 seconds now left in the third. There's a chopping right hand. Good punch from Roach.
Yeah. Really good right hand from Roach. And you got to start winning rounds. Bagging rounds. That's all you have to do. Take it round by round.
You see where he just caught him right there, right? Watch what he just caught him right there. Watch this.
So far, Roach not giving him anything.
Lead left hook by Roach in the jab. Nothing there. High guard from Davis. Monitoring the situation. Trying to pick up the tells. Pick up any information that he will use as this fight unfolds. 30 seconds now left in the third. There's a chopping right hand. Good punch from Roach.
Yeah. Really good right hand from Roach. And you got to start winning rounds. Back in rounds. That's all you have to do. Take it round by round.
Well, we saw in Tank's last fight, 3 rounds. Frank Martin did a good job of taking the fight to Davis, having success. We've seen that with the likes of Leo Santa Cruz. We saw with Ryan Garcia, what happened when he got aggressive, got dropped in round 2. So again, it's not a catch-22, but it can be a catch-22 when it comes to fighting Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis, and interesting, even at the highest level, even when you're Tank Davis, it's the basic information that sticks, right? It's just keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Fundamental.
I'll stay on the center line.
Yeah, get your head off center line. Come in with that left hook, set it up, go with the right hook.
Look to the view from Miss Joette.
I really like the command of Roach, the patience, the confidence, but he's not making it clear in terms of his output that these rounds are going to his favor, and it's something to consider.
And that footwork of Davis definitely also causing issues. Movement constantly from Tank Davis. But there's the double jab from Roach. There's that lead left hook, just clipped Davis.
Yeah, just as well. Roach not giving Tank Davis anything. Tank
Very
not giving Roach
close.
anything.
And you see round 2 where Roach outlanded Davis. Well, the first 2 rounds, in fact, our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, did actually give round 2 to Roach. So there it is. I mean, again, the early stage of the fight where fighters pick up rounds against Davis.
Yeah, those right hands that Roach landed in that second round, yes.
Tank's starting to open up a little bit here.
There's a lead left in their body work from Davis. Backing up again, setting the trap. We saw it against Rolly Romero here in Brooklyn. Letting him to the ropes and then sent him crashing into the ropes with the counter left.
It's such a dangerous proposition for Roach with that high guard because you're either giving up clean body shots to a big puncher in Davis or you're going to bring down that guard and set up an opportunity for him to end the fight.
Roach is on the hunt.
Pitbull fought Tank Davis. He fought low. He fought really low with his high guard, and he got in. But Roach is standing 2 straight.
Mario Barrios also had a good start. That was at once. With Davis victories, usually a knockout. Esau Cruz, one of 2 fighters to go the distance. The first to 12 injured his most effective weapon, his left hand.
Left hand against Pitbull, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Roach is really trying to be perfect in everything he does.
And that could be dangerous too because you can make mistakes by trying to be too perfect.
The margin of error is so slim against a fighter like Davis. You can see the difference in movement and footwork. Tank's getting a lot of sneaky shots to the body this round too.
Ooh, there's that right hand again from Roach.
Tank took his eye off the ball there to argue with the referee, took a clean jab.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, of course. Ortiz against Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he shoots down a lot.
Back in the day.
Think of the salsa thing.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Round number 5. Victor Ortiz wished I would have said Victor. So here we are, guys. Round number 5. We talked about Roach's father saying, be mindful of your distance again, especially against the guy, the caliber puncher of Gervonta Tank Davis. But it is amazing that no matter what you do, what you say, the Davis fight unfolds. We're seeing this every single fight.
Yeah, and Roach not winning these rounds clearly either. I mean, he's putting in that pressure.
There's not a lot to speak of on either side right now.
I mean, it's a gamble always for both fighters when you're going to allow the rounds to be this low in output.
Yep.
But I'm not sure Roach has done enough to your point, Abner, to really leave an exclamation.
Exactly.
Shout out to the beautiful Miss Ty and the Cash App with the $5 holler.
A lot of chess still being played between these two at close range.
It's a good body shot.
Almost like we can go
body shots hurt right there.
Yeah.
Sit there.
It's a tactical fight so far.
Oh, there's a combination for Roach. Davis dropping levels.
And continuing to pound to that body with the left hand.
Going to the body again with the left hand and the right hand.
Yeah, he hurt you. This is where he hurt
the speed.
He hurt me now.
Final 60 seconds. Lead left hand. Roach though with the uppercut and the right hand, trying to score on Davis, but Davis defending and sticking his tongue out. Under a minute left here into the 5th.
Well, Davis ducked that one punch so well, he got hit in the back as he was bending over.
And he's talking to Roach.
Wonder what I did to you.
There it is. Series of left hands, and now Roach is talking back. Okay.
If you look, he stunned him. He stunned him right there. And Tank gonna tell him, man, put your hands back up. Watch. He caught him and stuns him. This is right here. Here it goes.
Davis dropping levels.
And continuing to pound to that body with the left hand.
Going to the body again with the left hand and the right that time. And now flashing some of his speed. Final 60 seconds. Lead left hand, split the guard of Roach. Roach, though, with the uppercut and the right hand, trying to score on Davis, but Davis defending and sticking his tongue out. Under a minute left here into the 5th.
Well, Davis ducked that one punch so well, he got hit in the back as he was bending over.
And he's
Now Tank said, prepare, I'm about to hit you with it. He just told him, he said, what, I'm about to hit you with it.
talking to Roach.
He said, what? You don't think I'm about to hit you? Here it comes.
Wonder what I did to you.
Nigga, I told you. He said, nigga, I told you.
There it is. Series of
Nigga buzzed. His hands down.
left hands, and now Roach is talking.
Look at him. Look at his eyes, y'all. Look at the nigga's eyes. The nigga wobbly as fuck. If you can't understand boxing, if you look at the nigga eyes, the nigga right there, he ain't even got his guard right now. His guard is not even right. His guard is not right now. The nigga can't even protect himself.
Back, okay.
He's not even protecting himself. Look.
This is where Roach has to be careful, getting off of his game plan.
Yeah, he got to his head already. By him answering back, you know that's
shoulder thrust. Trash talking in the ring. Referee wanting to maintain law and order. Steve Willis, the man in charge. Davis playing the mind game, setting a trap, evacuating. And Roach continues to talk to Davis, and you're right. Davis.
And he just told him, you hit hard. He said, you hit hard.
He's taking Roach out of his game plan here.
Yeah, that shoulder shit was dirty, Ty. Yeah, it was dirty. But yeah. But that's what I was saying. Like, he was peeling that nigga cap, dog. Like, he was catching that nigga whenever he wanted to. Like, Roach couldn't do shit about it. But Tank was treating that shit like a sparring match. That wasn't the most dirtiest shit, Ty. Like, Tank got hit in the nuts. And then Tank started throwing nut shots. Like I say, I keep it 100 the whole way around. Tank threw that shoulder, that was dirty. Them nut shots that Tank was doing, that shit was dirty. But he was returning the favor. You feel what I'm saying? Like Lamont Roach was hitting Tank in the back and the back of his head. So it's like they both was throwing some fun, fuck them shits. You feel what I'm saying? But we're gonna get closure in the rematch. The rematch is gonna be closure. Exactly. He's not about to play with him. He's not gonna play with him at all. Because of this press run right now. Mr. Boxing Fanatic salute. And this press run that Roach and his father is doing is not a good look. It's not a good look at all. And they're gonna wish they never did that shit. They're gonna wish they never. Snoopy, Snoop King. But see, Picasso, that's what I was thinking. Like, I because you know they was friends. So like I said, he wasn't trying to. But see, that's what I was saying, right? Like game plan. Like if you notice, the whole build up to the press conference, they was friendly as fuck. Like that was Tank's homie. Like nigga, we was going. They supposed to make that. Like they supposed to make that bag together, and that's what they was doing. But now Lamont Roach, you said y'all can't hear me. Y'all can't hear me, Ty. Damn, I thought you could hear me because I put the mic in. Mic check. Can y'all not hear me? Oh, am I still cutting in and out with the mic? Okay, I'm good now. Appreciate you, Creole. All right, Zulu. Thanks. But appreciate y'all. All right. Oh yeah, they Tank. They was trying to freeze Tank out. They were trying to freeze Tank out, right? And so Tank, man, Roach winning, and it became a draw. He lost his fucking money. Is if he had the fight going the distance, and he didn't do that. Like Southpaw. Hey, Greg, it is. Y'all remember Sunday it is. You ain't say a bitch ass thing. Cutting out again? Fuck it, I'm just gonna switch my device, man. Fuck this shit. It ain't working with the microphone. Fuck it. I always gotta keep switching damn devices. Act like I never left in the motherfucking his house. All right, y'all can hear me now, I know. But yeah, exactly. Picasso, the whole thing was to make sure that the fight with him and Roach was supposed to be a close fight. Because everybody knows the rematch is always more money. And everybody was acting like they didn't want to fight Tank. This way, Tank could help his homie, a nigga who house he used to spend the night at, who he grew up with. We both can eat. But niggas show their true hand. Like, you might come with open arms and real love to a nigga, but a nigga only showing you love because you in a position to help them. But when a nigga get a chance to strike out on their own, and they think they don't need you no more, then you see a nigga true hand. Like, that motherfuckers, they sat there and sat there and contradicted themselves, right? On Cameron's show. They sat there when they said, do you think Tank fought his best? They was like, yeah. Tank was on his A game. He brought everything, man. And he was just like, I'm just him. I'm just that guy. People gonna have to show me my respect. They said that. And then the next thing they said, well, I know Tank gonna come out guns blazing next time, man. He ain't gonna play around next time. He gonna come out and bring everything. Now you just said Tank fought his best fight, and you him. Now you sitting there saying he about to come out guns blazing. Which one is it, Lamont? If you was him and Tank came out with everything, it shouldn't be a problem. World of Animal salute. Like, it shouldn't be no damn problem if you was him. Well, Alan Sustain, he was supposed to fight Jake Paul. They was talking about making a catchweight fight between him and Jake Paul. But you know, this is even better because this fight just got bigger. And it's funny because now Tank, he see the real and the fake now. See, a lot of people don't understand the difference between the real and the fake until it's shown to them. Now you see you can't help everybody, and now you see it ain't no friends in boxing. It's just motherfuckers that they call them your close friends because those are the first ones that try to get you once you fall. And now you see the nigga that you thought was your friend, the one that you tried to help, this nigga trying to take you down. He tried to get us. Like, after the fight, he said he a dog and he wanted to make the rematch, but why are y'all trying to get the fight overturned? Like, that ain't gangster. That ain't gangster at all. And you know, you got to pay for that. You got to pay in blood. But it is what it is. Y'all know how motherfuckers be. And that's the way niggas is in real life. That's just like what happened with Lloyd Banks and 50 Cent. Like, 50 Cent is the reason why G-Unit, Lloyd Banks, and all of them is even relevant than getting money, even the game. But they was doing a show. And 50 told Lloyd, I think you should do this song. This is one of your hardest songs. And 50 told the story. He said, Lloyd said, why? Because you own it? And 50 was like, he didn't understand where Lloyd was coming from. And then Lloyd was like, you want me to do this song because you want it. But you didn't even let me get on your album. And like, 50 was like, I don't have to have you on my motherfucking album. He said, nigga, when you first came out, I had you on a song with me and Eminem. Like, nigga, don't nobody know who you is. Like, nigga, I'm doing, and that's when 50 realized that motherfuckers is ungrateful. And motherfuckers really want your spot. And that's why 50 don't fuck with Lloyd Banks right now. And see, that shows you everybody you fuck with don't have the same intentions that you have. Niggas just be wanting your spot. Just like the game. He ain't had no problem with 50 Cent, but he listened to Jimmy Henchman. And they took and this is what's fucked up. Shout out to Rick Timms. The top 6 songs on the Game's album, the documentary, were 50 Cent songs. Songs that 50 Cent made. But Game is gonna sit there and take credit for it. But nigga, he gave you 6 heats. Like, this is how we do it. Hate it or love it. Like, come on, bro. Those was 50 Cent songs. He gave those to you. And if 50 Cent didn't help you, nigga, before 50 Cent helped you, you had been working with Dre for 2 years and ain't put out shit yet. Cause nigga, you wasn't that good. Like, you was a good rapper, but you're not a great songwriter. Just like Beloved. And if you're a battle rapper, you know who I'm talking about. Beloved. Everybody know who Beloved is in battle rap. Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux can rap. Loaded Lux can rap. Hey, Emmanuel Carter. I wish we can get rid of motherfucking Anthony Richardson and get Shakur Sanders, really. But honestly, I get us another receiver, or in the second round, I get Shallow, put him in the safety spot. I wish we could get a different quarterback. One that can be more, Anthony, he regressed. But what I was saying, though, like, 50 Cent gave that nigga 6 songs. Before 50, they was about to drop him off at Interscope. And that's why I say Loaded Lux. He one of the best rappers ever. Shout out to my nigga Oakland LB. But Loaded Lux can rap his ass off. But he can't make good songs. Cassidy can rap his ass off. But he's not a good songwriter. It's a difference between being a hell of a rapper and a hell of a songwriter. Cannabis is a hell of a rapper. But LL Cool J beat him. And Cannabis ate, if you really think about it, Cannabis ate LL Cool J ass up. But LL Cool J made the more catchier songs. LL songs was more catchy. And that's how a lot of times how shit works. It's the catch. Like, some people are not hardcore lyricists, and you gotta appeal to the crowd. Shout out to my brother Rick Timms. And I got the link pinned in the chat. Anybody want to hop up here? The link is pinned. And if I can get 2 more people to support in the Cash App or the PayPal, that would be great for the day. 2 more people to support the Cash App or the PayPal. Exactly. And LL had the benefit of response. LL had all the ladies as well. Yeah, frequent. And y'all know the ladies buy all that music. Ladies love Cool James. They love him. But like I said, lyrically, I thought Cannabis ate LL's ass cheeks. Pause. He ate that nigga shit. But LL made that "Can I bust? Yes, you can." Like lyrically, Cannabis, he destroyed the nigga. But LL made a better song. Exactly, DeJuan. Battle rappers can't really put them together. Like my nigga T-Top. T-Top can rap his ass off, but he ain't a songwriter. Hitman Holla, okay, Picasso, but that damn remix shit he be doing, I'd be like, what's the point, nigga? Like, they be like, oh, you want me to remix it? Nigga, that's not a remix. A remix is if you come out with different words. Like, nigga, you just motherfucking chopping and screwing. He calls it a remix when he's chopping and screwing. A remix when you got a whole different verse. Like Charlie Clips. He said, I'll do that thing and bring a whole nother scene with it. That's a remix. Salute to my guy Ant McQueen in Windy City on the show. What's up?
Salute to you. Salute to you. Upper salute to the panel. Salute to the chat.
Yes, sir. Salute, gent. Salute. Yeah, when I was saying LL had the benefit of response, I wasn't necessarily talking about the reception or the fan base, but like literally, he got to go second, so he was able to rebuttal Cannabis. Like you just mentioned, the Can I Bust, like that, right? The Ripper Strikes Back. When he responded to him, Cannabis came with the frequent quoted in the chat. 99% of your fans wear high heels. The LL has the benefit of coming back with, well, 90, ask Cannabis, he ain't understanding this. 99% of his fans don't exist. At his core, LL Cool J, despite the ladies love Cool James thing, dude is a rapper through and through. You know what I'm saying? He's an MC through and through. That's the school that he comes from. So you do have some guys where they're able to exist in both realms, where they're good at structuring songs, but then they're good at penning lyrics. And then I think the other thing is this too. Things kind of go in cycles. They go through phases. Like you look at a seminal classic like Enter the 36 Chambers. A lot of the songs on there, some of them don't even have hooks. It's just dudes just literally just rapping like the mystery
Oh
of chess
yeah, I
boxing.
mean, I used to be in the industry, and like I used to have like on one of my mixtapes, I did a whole mixtape. Sosa Home. I think I had one song with a hook on it. The rest of that shit, I didn't have no hooks on none of that shit. Cause like when I first came home, I didn't really know the structure. I just used to go, and then they had to show me how to like make songs. But see, like I had the songs, they just split it up. Cause like I could make the hooks and everything, but like my verses, I used to have like 20 bar verses and 32 bar verses and stuff like that instead of 16s. But I knew how to make the hot ass hook and everything, the hot ass verses. So they would cut my verses in half and use part of my verses on other shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like I had like this one shit I say still I'm scoring like I'm 23. King James, Michael Jordan, bitches by the century. If I'm wild and flop by thousands, pay them all an interest fee. Gucci style and Virgin Islands, get back home, they mention me. That means I'm so remarkable, a sight for sore eyes, a feast for your opticals. So far ahead, unite me binoculars. Say the world's mine, I treat it like a shopping go. Ahead of my time, like a premature birth. My sex game's the truth, and they say the truth hurts. Like I was going in on that one right there. You feel what I'm saying? And that right there was some damn 07 shit, 08 shit. You feel me?
Yeah, it's all about marketing and packaging, man. Because if you an artist like, for example, MF Doom is another one. People who are into underground hip hop, they consider a lot of his music to be classic. Most of that stuff don't have hooks on it. So I think it's just all about finding your niche and finding your market. If you want to
Yeah,
exist
like
within a
on
certain
DMX
space,
that
like the
unleashed it.
radio, then you
Like
gotta
DMX,
have hooks.
you remember DMX Unleashed and Unreleased? None of them songs had hooks. That was his one of his Hillified mixtapes. It was called Unleashed and Unreleased. He ain't make no hooks. Appreciate you, Frequent, but that was some old shit though. Frequent, like I used to write for people too though, so that shit was crazy. But what y'all think about the state of boxing right now, man? You and Wendy, y'all both up here.
Oh man, I I I can't say yet. I see what's going on with the TKO situation. Uh, we got contradicting sides. We got Turkey Al Sheikh saying that he's saying that he hit a step on the competition, then he withdraw it, and then you see footage of Dana White not agreeing to the withdrawal what Turkey said. So it's I mean I don't believe him no way. You know what I'm saying?
You
And
want me to tell you
TKO
what
don't.
you want me to tell you what fucked it up? When they sat there and was saying they're gonna change the structure of boxing and the ABC, the boxing commission, they came out with that damn shit And they said if anything is off, they're not going to be labeled as professional boxing. So the ABC is about to come down on them after their first match.
I think boxing is an interesting place. It seems to be healthy on multiple levels. I like the fact that we got multiple things going on, and it's not as top heavy as it once was. You're seeing more people watching pro box cards, those prospect cards that what's my guy's name? Oscar De La Hoya does on the Thursdays, OTX, and so on and so forth. Women's boxing seems to be growing. That appears to be healthy. You got the big events going on with Riyadh season. PBC still doing big things. They got a card coming up for free for all the people who complain about the pay-per-view costs and all that other stuff. Already had two really good pay-per-views. Tank Davis, David Benavidez, top ranked. They still doing their thing. I'm curious to see where they end up because they're ESPN.
Top rank only had one card, but people ain't talking about that shit though. They only had one card this year, right? And people ain't complaining like they would if it had been the PBC.
No, they had multiple cards. They just had one last week with Kenshiro Taraji. I think with them they've been spreading it out. So they were over there in Japan. I think just last week.
You talking about the Japan? I ain't talking about the Japan cards. You know how top rank used to be in the States every week. Remember, every week they used to have a fight card over in the States.
No, I hear you. But me, I look at it holistically. I don't look at just boxing, just what's going on here in America, but as a whole. And then also, I guess outside of the mainstream, you got IBA. They put on some damn good cards. They just had one in Moscow that was really good. The production value was really nice. If you check that out, if you're into the international scene. RCC, they doing their thing. I think boxing is in a pretty good place. It's in a pretty good space overall. It's only bad if you want to see doom and gloom. If that's what you're looking for, you're gonna find it. You're gonna find something to complain about. But
I believe
boxing as a
competition is
whole, I
healthy.
think it's in a good space.
I mean, competition is good, to have different platforms, going across platforms. I agree with that, but just don't lie to me, man. Keep it real, keep it 100. Don't lie to me. I want to see good fights. I want to see the best fight the best. I just want to see boxing in totality, and I don't like it when one group push another fighter down just to pick one up. You know what I'm saying? So that just be my thing. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what that's what I be saying right there. And shout out to my man Thomas Hill up here, but that's what I be saying. Like, you can like Shakur Stevenson, you can like Tank Davis, and you can like Devin Haney. But the way these new fans is, they try to divide and conquer. They try to pull one person down because one person is shining. Why can't you big up all of them? They both young black entrepreneurs that's doing their things. They're millionaires before the age of 30. Like, if you go back to like the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, boxers before 30 wasn't hitting millions. Do y'all know how many fights Nonito Donaire had to make before he made $1 million for a fight? Like, boxers wasn't making these type of checks back then. But the fan base, instead of everybody supporting them, the fan bases are splitting, dividing, and tearing it down when it shouldn't even have been that. And see, when I get up here, all I do is combat the inconsistencies that people do. Like, if you push this way, I'm going to push the other way just to give you friction. Like, if people came up and they kept everything 100 and didn't push false narratives, I wouldn't combat the narratives. But that's what I do. I combat the false narratives. That's
where I'm at with it.
I'm not going to let you pull one person down. Like, if everybody kept everything cool, I wouldn't have nothing bad to say. I'd be critical on some of their performances and stuff, but I wouldn't even combat the shit. But when you try to push a false narrative, I can't let that slide because I'm too real for that.
I hear you, and I respect that, Upper. But by the same token, you gotta recognize that at some point it just becomes an exercise in futility, because you're going to be fighting and fighting and fighting and all day instead of just championing the stuff that you believe in. You spend too much time just engaging in discord, So
Yeah, but sometimes niggas we be
exhausting.
with the shits. We just be with the shits sometimes. You feel me? Sometimes it's good just to be with the shits sometimes. That's just be me sometimes. I'm up here. I ain't monetized for right now, so sometimes I can be with the shits. You feel me? And what's going on with you, Thomas?
Yo, man, I'm just listening. Hey, I hear what Ant say. I heard what you said, bro. And from here on out, I agree with what Ant say. I don't like to give negativity energy to the negative stuff that go on. It's gonna always be that case because people are fanboys instead of fans of the sport. And with that being the case, certain things will be said of one fighter that won't be held true to another fighter. And that's just what it is. And then there are people just really want to see do bad, want to see them lose, want to see them struggle, want to see them fail. Mayweather was the biggest proponent of this, and that's why he made the most bang for his butt, because there was a lot of people who wanted to see him lose, and they would invest in a loss. I think that with a lot of these fighters nowadays that's getting this this hate, they got to take advantage of it. Yo, if people really, really, truly wish to see you do bad, they're going to pay to see you do bad. And we know this because, hell, the last fight that somebody, quote unquote, did bad in, people said it was a cherry pick, and they all said they wasn't going to watch it. But Negroes got all kind of stuff to say about it. So from that point forward, regarding that, I want to see the fights, bro. I used to have to say,
No, go ahead, finish up.
Now, I was just going to say, I used to have the moniker or the mindset, have the same energy for everybody, give everybody the same energy. But after that, I don't care if, Go ahead. No, go ahead. Are you good, man? I'm always remember what I'm about to say. You good? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you.
I was just going to say from here on out, man, because we still talking about people that ain't fighting. Here on out, I don't even care about the people fighting one another. All I really care about is Tank getting in the ring with all those people he ducking, all those people who's going to expose him, and all those people who, he ain't got no business or will make him tap out or quit. That's the only thing I want to see, because I really want to see if the narrative, because somebody just said they like to combat the narrative. I really want to see if the narrative is true. Because I hear people giving us the best fights, they ain't got the same damn resume that he got. People giving us the best fighting the best, they got the same kind of resume he got. People fighting slow, flat-footed Latin fighters, I won't even say Mexican, they got more of them on their resume than he do. Some of them got, of 23 fights, 17 of them. So it's like, we got to just see the action in the ring and stop hating on these people that get in the ring, because it ain't easy to get up in that mug. It ain't easy to train to get up in that mug. And we got to start respecting the sport again, because right now we have no respect for these people that's going up in there. And it trickles all the way up to the people that's putting on these fights, man. They don't respect these people. And, likewise, the way they promote things and push stuff out there is to continuously, like you said, divide and conquer. I'm tired of that, bro. I want to see them fight. I'm done.
You seen Django, right?
For sure.
Remember that
That's
movie?
my guy.
Had them niggas in there fighting, right?
For sure.
That's exactly what this shit is. This is just modern day Django. The only thing is we get paid for it. But the funny thing is, it's funny how, like I said the other day, that Floyd Mayweather, he made so much money because he was arrogant and people wanted to see him lose. People wanted to be right there the moment Floyd Mayweather lose. And it's trickled down. Like it was like that with Spence. It's like that with Tank. And a lot of people, they sit there and be overly criticized about Tank and his resume. But when I go back and look, the fighters that's on Tank resume is better than all the other fighters that's on these other people's resumes. Like if I go back and look at Shakur resume, Shakur ain't got no Mario Barrios, no Leo Santa Cruz, no Frank Martin. He ain't got no Ryan Garcia. He ain't got none of that on his resume. I go look at Devin. He got Lomachenko on his resume. That's about it. That's about it. He got Ryan Garcia, but we see how that. So you fought a person that you thought you was gonna beat because he beat, and it didn't happen. But then when you say you the boogeyman, you're supposed to accept all challenges. That's why I be critical about the people that rock for Shakur, because I'm like, okay, this young buck is calling Shakur out, saying that he will murder him in the ring. You as the boogeyman, you say you do all comers, but you was gonna fight Kid Austin. This man has a better record than Kid Austin. They both got 18 wins. He got 16 knockouts. This man's calling you out, but you're gonna fight Kid Austin. You fought badly. You wanted to fight a nigga from 130 that just got knocked out by a nigga that has 5 knockouts in 20 fights. This is the guy that you wanted to fight. They got knocked out by that guy. And then you fought Yoshino. And like, this is what I'm saying. If you want the smoke, get the smoke. Don't sit there and say that and then pick and choose. And then I hate the fact that people sit there and blame Gervonta when he's actually trying to reach out for the fights. And we see that he's trying to reach the fights and people are not making the fights. And then we blame him. Like, you can't blame that he's not getting the Canelo treatment. Motherfuckers lined up to fight Canelo because they see the weakness in Canelo. They see that Canelo can actually be beat. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's been beat twice. But then we sit there and do the other thing, but we're not being smart. We're not using our brains. Like, that's the shit that gets me when people do stupid shit and say stupid shit when it's right there in your face. Like, you can look at the numbers. You can see what's going on. And when you steady come over here and push a narrative, and it's like you trying to holler at my constituents and act like we're dumb. That's why I start combating it, because it feel like, nigga, you think you talking to me like I'm dumb. Just like when me and Bill Haney went at it on we went at it on EBT show, and me and him went at it on Fadon show. Like, Bill, you're not gonna talk to me like I'm dumb, dog. I'm not stupid. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the problem, that people be thinking us is stupid as a whole, as a people. Like they can feed us whatever, and we're supposed to take that shit. No, I want to see the best fight the best. Turkey, you say you for the best fighting the best, but you're trying to block the Benavidez and motherfucking Bivol fight. Like, it's the best fighting the best as long as they acquiesce to you, as long as they do it on your terms. Like, you are a middleman. Like, boxing was okay without you. Now you want everything to go through you. Like, you got to touch everything like you fucking Frank White. And if a Nick bag gets sold in Central Park, you won't have. Like, come on, bro. It don't work like that, man. Boxing been ran by the mafia for years. Now you think you got to come take, yo.
Hey, wouldn't you say that people like Devin Haney and Shakur and all Tank's contemporaries had the same opportunity as Tank had?
And I explained that the other day. Like, Devin Haney had even more opportunity because, first off, he didn't come from bottom. And Devin Haney, he did better than Bud Crawford did in his first pay-per-view. You could take all of Bud's pay-per-views, which is 6 of them, except for the one with Spence. So 5 of them. Devin Haney's first pay-per-view did better than all of Bud's pay-per-views. Like I say, Bud did 50,000 with Post Style, 130,000 with Sean Porter, 140,000 with Amir Khan. He did 6,000 with David Avenese, and he just did like 90,000 with a stacked card on Reha season with the nigga that just got beat up by Virgil Ortiz. So like, Bud is not doing numbers, but Devin Haney did 150,000 his first time out. The 2 fights that he did with George Kambosos, they did 40,000 at the Marvel Arena. They had 40,000 fans in the Marvel Arena. And then the second fight, they had 38,000 fans at the other arena. They did over 180,000 pay-per-views the first, 200,000 the second in Australia, just in Australia. And over there, they did internationally, they did over 200,000 pay-per-views international the second fight. You feel what I'm saying? And then he come over here, he got a little buzz going. He fights Lomachenko. They do 150,000 and like 4 or 5 million at the gate in Vegas. 150,000 pay-per-view and like $5 million gate. Sold out fight. Boom. That's a hell of a start. Then they call him for the rematch. The rematch would have did at least 300,000 to 400,000 because everybody was tuned in then. Because everybody, you had the rappers, you had movie stars, you had everybody that was saying they thought Lomachenko won. And I'm gonna be honest. Devin Haney won 7 rounds. Lomachenko won 5 rounds. But the 5 rounds that Lomachenko won were 3 or 4 times more impressive than the 7 rounds that Devin Haney won. And that's what I be telling fighters.
I agree.
People. That's what I tell people. Boxing is scheduled round by round. Just because you blew me out the water this round, I still won 7 rounds. So your 1 round can't be worth more than 1 round. And see, that's where a lot of fans get it twisted. Yeah, he might have whooped his ass for 5 full rounds, but he lost 7 rounds. So just because you did great 5 rounds, you still lost 7 other rounds. You lost the fight. And Devin and Loma, if he would have motherfucking fought the 12th round instead of taking the foot off the gas like he admitted, it would have been a 6-6 fight. And he probably would have got the win. He even admitted that he took his foot off the gas. But
each round is an individual fight.
Exactly. It's a fight. It's 12 fights in a fight. People don't realize it's 12 separate fights inside of a fight.
But look, this is what I was talking about. Didn't they all have an opportunity to sign with Floyd Mayweather in the beginning and get that same exposure and marketing?
But no, they was with Floyd. They didn't need to sign because check this out. He had a chance to fight Lomachenko for the rematch. If he would have did that, he would have did more than Gervonta Tank Davis had did before he fought Ryan. He would have did 300,000-400,000 easily. That'd have been higher than any of Gervonta Tank's pay-per-views. Earl Spence was kicking Gervonta Davis' ass in the pay-per-views until he lost. Into the Ryan fight. That's when Tank jumped up there, but Earl was leading the pack. But before that shit right there, Devin Haney had a chance to be a pay-per-view star. He was there. He was undisputed. He was going to run it back with Loma. That'd have been 300,000-400,000. Once he did that, if he would have took that fight on, he would have been a star. But not only did he not take that fight, he was also offered the Tank Davis fight as well. That would have gave him pay-per-view leverage. He would have been good, but he turned that down to go fight a Regis Prograis, a fight that didn't nobody ask for, and that's why the numbers did what it did. It did under 40,000 pay-per-views because didn't nobody ask for that shit. That was a fight didn't nobody want, and his career suffered from that. But then when he turned around and fought Ryan Garcia, they did 330,000 pay-per-view, and they did a $4.5 million gate. So he still has some people watching him if he fights the right person. But it's the fact is he's not fighting who people want him to fight. And Shakur had a chance to sign with Floyd and get the exposure. But just because you sign with Floyd, it don't make you a star. Look how many times Floyd tried to help old boy. What's the old boy named that? Badu Jack. Floyd been trying to help Badu Jack for years. He's not a big star. Floyd put a lot of shit behind him. Mickey Bay, he ain't a star. Africa wasn't a star. Like, you have to, whenever you get your moment and you're there, you have to show up and show out. Boots could have been a big star. Boots had a chance to be a star. But when he got up there, Karen Kukadajian, he fooled Boots' star thing. He was on the pay-per-view, had all the eyes on him, and Boots laid an egg. I mean, the fact is, when Gervonta Tank Davis had his shot, he showed up, showed out, and he continued to show out. That's what made him the star that he is. That's what made Spence the star he was, because he showed up, showed out, and he was going for that motherfucking smoke. And if y'all can, I need 2 more people to support the grind for the day. But that's what I'm saying. You got to do what you say you're going to do and say what you mean. Like, motherfuckers was on Shakur ass. Like, motherfuckers was rocking with Shakur. I mean, Shakur was selling out Newark. He was doing all this. And then all of a sudden, he just started moving different. And he wasn't fighting the people like he was at 130. Like, when he came up and he pressed his game down on Devin, which was crazy because they were supposed to be homies. But you don't want to fight Keyshawn, but you and Devin was closer than you and Keyshawn. But you knew you could beat Devin. See, he's not sure he could beat Keyshawn. That's why he's doing that. But see, him and Devin, like, he used to stay with Bill and Devin and everything. They were supposed to be close. And as soon as Shakur seen that Devin had all the titles, Shakur got jealous and envious. And that's one thing about Shakur. If you talk about anybody else, Shakur gets jealous. And if you try to correct him, Shakur gets jealous. He's a very spoiled, petulant child. He's a petulant child. And he seen Devin had all the belts, and he knew he could beat Devin because they're sparring match. So he tried to press the game down on Devin. He did. But he won't do that to Keyshawn. But him and Keyshawn don't know each other as long as him and Devin did. That just shows you how people pick and choose and how they have picked. Like, I'll never fight Keyshawn. Nigga, you said it about Devin. But you knew you could beat Devin, so you tried to try him. You're not sure about Keyshawn. That's That's my brother, man. They gotta give us 200 million. That's why I say about people picking and choosing, bro. They're not authentic with it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I think the building of a pay-per-view star, it requires quite a bit. And I got to say that PBC, with that being their model, they've done a pretty good job of doing so and strategically placing fighters on undercards where they will get exposure. And by the time it's time for them to headline their own card, there's already brand recognition and familiarity. Top Rank, on the other hand, and even Matchroom, that's not where they excel. I think with them, it's purely just developmental. Like, if you look at the type of fighters that Top Rank signs, they're generally Olympic medalists or alternates or just people who qualify for the Olympics. They look
Amateur
for
standouts.
they look for a
Yeah, they
certain
get all the
pedigree
amateurs.
and so on
They
and
get
so
all the
forth.
amateurs.
But I think a lot of it has to do with their model. They've been fighting on ESPN for all these years, so they've had dates lined up where conversely, PBC, like once they transition from Spike and what's the other one?
Fox,
Yeah,
Fox and
Fox,
ABC.
and they
FS,
started
yeah.
placing an emphasis on pay-per-views, then it became more about building the fighters' profiles, and they've done a great job of doing so. And especially when they were with Showtime, that was
Oh
some of the
yeah,
most press we've seen Terrence Crawford have. But when you look at Showtime, you got to look at it as what it
premium
is, a
channel.
subsidiary of CBS Paramount. So with that,
Yep,
now you can get interviews with Gail King and so on and so forth because they're under that umbrella.
but you know
And
something? Top
what's
Rank.
that?
One thing I can say, when you starting off, Top Rank is the best place to go. Top Rank is great at building up their fighters, but once you make a name for yourself, then that's when it's time to go to the PBC because that's when you can make your own money. But Top Rank, they're going to get you the fights. They're going to keep you active. They're going to help you build yourself. ESPN was a great platform to start from. And
Yeah,
Frequent.
but that's hard. That's hard because once you get that belt, that's like another extension with Top Rank.
No,
Once they
not
make you a
really.
champion,
It can
once
be
they make you a champion, they make you another extension with them. They're like, you ain't walking away with
Okay,
that belt like that.
you don't
can
have to
be.
sign the extension. You don't have to sign it. But
I
you
think
ain't
that's
got
a
to go
part
for
of
the
the
belt.
agreement. I think
I
that's a
mean,
part of that agreement.
don't go for the belt. Just build yourself up on great fights. I mean, they can't keep you there forever, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, once you get yourself, you get that. Like, bro, there's ways around that. Like, if you get the belt, sign for 2 more fights. They can't get you out of there in 2 fights. You can get away from there. Mikey Garcia did it. They tried to hold Mikey Garcia, and Mikey
They
Garcia
put
got away from the ass.
they put Mikey on the shelf for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. Or you can just drop the belt and leave. You can drop the belt, and then they ain't gotta hold you. Once you done made a name for yourself, you done made the name. That's what Pacquiao did. He lost the belt, but he still came over and made the most money in his careers, except for the Floyd fight over at PBC. But what I was gonna say is, also Frequent. At this time now, I think Devin probably can get Shakur right now. But at that time, I'm not bugging because Bill Haney said it out of his own mouth that Devin couldn't beat Shakur Frequent. So if a person's dad sits there and say it, like, that's why his dad sat there and say, man, if you hit Shakur, well, that's good. His dad was sitting there saying his son couldn't handle Shakur. But now Devin has gotten bigger and stronger. I think it'll be a tougher fight for Shakur. But at that time, Devin couldn't handle Shakur, and his dad knew it. That's why he said, we're going to 40, bro. Remember? But yeah,
Because of
Frequent,
that
I know
sparring.
it's in the, yeah, but I know Frequent, I know it's in the contract. That's why T.O.'s trying to get rid of that, get away from that. But yeah, it's in the contract. Yeah, but that's why I say you can also drop the belt.
I do agree, Upper, that you don't got to sign the extension, but I also feel like where Windy City is talking about, because as you alluded to a couple minutes ago with Shakur Stevenson, you like, well, what the hell happened at 134? I mean, at 135. What happened at Top Rank was
That matchmaking.
he ain't signed that extension, and then you see that
That
they did everything
matchmaking.
that they could to diminish him on the way out. Like all that stuff was purposeful. Them
Yeah, I know.
highlighting people leaving at the end of the fight. We talking about the 11th, 12th round,
And
the
guess who
fight is
else they
pretty
did
much
that to?
decided. Who in that arena probably thought that Arnold was gonna come back and do anything with him? Nobody. So
Guess
it's pretty much
guess
decided. They leaving. We got
guess
3
guess
minutes
who else?
left.
Guess who else they
3
did that
minutes.
to?
And they highlighting people. When have you ever heard Timothy Bradley talk down on Shakur?
I'm
Timothy
about to
Bradley
tell
start
you,
talking about,
bro.
you
You
need
listen.
coffee to
You
stay
listen
up
what
for
I'm
this
saying,
fight.
bro.
Every fight before
Bro,
then, before
they
he
did it
left
one person
that
else.
promotional outfit, Tim
Can you
Bradley
not
was
hear me?
singing
Ant?
his praises. Got the best
Ant,
plus minus in boxing. His defense is immaculate. You can't hit him. Yada yada yada. He's a beast at mid range. Now all
I
of a
guess he can't
sudden,
hear me, man.
no, I couldn't hear you.
I told you, there's another person they did it to. Do you
Who's
remember
that?
who they did it to? You remember who else they did that to?
Who, Floyd?
Floyd.
They did it to Floyd. They did it to Floyd too. But it's a person more recent than Floyd. I could buy a house in Beverly Hills for all the money I start for him.
Yeah, Terrence,
Terrence
Bud.
Crawford, yeah.
Yeah, they do it
But
to
that's the other part
everybody.
about Bud. So with Bud, it's tricky. That's where that whole pay-per-view thing, it gets very, very murky because you really got to sort through all of the details of it. Like Bud wasn't groomed to be a pay-per-view star, because Bud, if we keeping it real, from 135 to 140, he was doing the things that people say they want to see, which is knock people out. The man got 31 knockouts in what, 41 fights? He got a high KO ratio. So why weren't they able to do anything with him? I doubt it's simply because he couldn't sell. And I feel like that Spence
You want me
fight
to tell
is
you why?
indicative of that.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. It was the fact that they wouldn't give Bud what they wasn't putting Bud in the fights that people wanted to see. Like they tried to put him on pay-per-view with Victor Postol. Come on, man. People wanted to see Bud versus Danny Garcia. People wanted to see Bud versus Mikey Garcia at
Mikey
135.
Garcia.
They wanted to see
Adrian
him. Yeah,
Broner.
they wanted him versus Mikey Garcia. They wanted him versus Regis Prograis. They wanted him versus Danny Garcia. And Bud never defended his undisputed or nothing. He got the hell up out of there. He didn't fight Danny. He didn't fight Regis. He didn't fight Mikey. He didn't fight Sergey Lipinets. Like people wanted him to fight these fights, and he didn't. Then he
What's the
went up to
other guy
fight the
name?
motherfucking
Edward something. Edward something. I think Ndongo went and beat him.
yeah, the one in Dongo beat. Yeah, but then he goes up and fights that damn Australian that cheated Pacquiao. What's his name?
Jeff Horn. But
Yeah, Jeff Horn.
Jeff Horn was available. Realistically,
No,
what we gonna see?
Errol Spencer's also available too, but they said they wanted the easy route. Remember, Bo Max said we want the easy route, so we're gonna take Jeff Horn.
That's what Errol Spence said. And Errol Spence, and I don't knock Errol Spence for saying that he wanted the easy route because
No,
he was
I don't
talking
think he
about
said
in
he
terms
wanted
of
the
being
easy
able to
route.
make certain fights.
But see, Bud and Bo Max said it first. Earl said the easy route in making the fight. Huh?
They mean in two different ways.
Yeah,
I can make the easy fights over here.
Earl meant the
versus
easy route because it's easy to make. Yeah, cross promotion. That's what Earl said because it was easier cross promotion because Top Rank wasn't trying to do nothing. Bud and Bomax said the easy route because they knew they couldn't beat Earl at the time. I mean, you seen how bad Bud struggled with damn Jose Benavidez in one league. Bud had to grow into the division. He just couldn't come up and fight no damn Earl. He would have came up and fought Earl. He'd have been a damn stain in the damn road. He had to wait till he grew into division 7 years before he fought Earl. But that's why Bomac and them said. That's why when they met at that motherfucking fight, you seen Bud kept feeling Earl, grabbed his arms. You seen,
They gonna say he stayed at the weight class too long.
Yep, and that's exactly what he did. He made that motherfucker stay at the weight class too long. That was Earl's fault, though. I give it to him. I mean, Bud is a hell of a damn motherfucker. He got a hell of a talk game. Like,
yeah, but realistically,
the fight
without the Jeff Horn fight, there was no way in hell that the PBC was going to make that.
No, they was talking about it. Even Bomac said they had a shot. No, I'm talking about Bomac, bro. Bomac even said it. He said they had a chance to go up and fight Earl, but they said they wanted to take the easy route. Bomac said this, bro. He was undisputed. He could have came up there and fought that. The same way Mikey Garcia came up there and got the damn the mandatory with Earl.
It was Bud who re-signed. It was Bud who re-signed with Top Rank.
And he ultimately,
ended
up suing them because of what? Because what Upper was just talking about a few minutes ago.
He said he couldn't make him the big fights.
Not making. That's what that lawsuit was about. They weren't
Yeah,
making certain fights.
yeah. They like it honestly, because I love Bud in the ring. I ain't gonna lie. I was a
No,
fan of Bud, even though he beat my man Gamboa. Like he hurt my
but
heart when he did that because I was a Gamboa fan. But one thing I can say, Bob Arum was strategically like it looked like he was strategically sabotaging Bud. Like cause you be
you can't
like,
say
damn,
that
why
when
they?
they gave him the Pacquiao fight and he turned it down for the 40-10.
Yeah, he did turn it. No, Bomac turned that down, and
Yeah,
and see that's what I'm saying.
Bomac, that's Bud's
Bomac brought.
representation.
I know, and see that right there would have made Terrence Crawford the starter he wanted to be. He would have got in there and beat up on Pacquiao. That was his chance. That was his chance to That was his chance to be an A-side pay-per-view star. But Bomac backed him, and I'm like, why the fuck is this fat fucker doing that shit? I was mad at the time because I'm like, bro, you got a chance to beat Pacquiao, a living legend. Motherfucker, everybody would die to have that fight. Hell, Broder just got his ass whooped by the man. Go in there and get to that. Because, you know, I at that time, I couldn't stand Pacquiao fan base, bro. Like, he has the most obnoxious, racist fucking fan base, bro. Like, his fan base, bro, good God almighty. They will say some of the fucked uppest shit ever. Have y'all ever been in a room with some of the Pacquiao fans, like, a few years ago?
Nah, but I caught the butt end of
What
it, though.
about you, Ant? Ant, you ever been in one of them damn chat rooms with the Pacquiao fans?
Nah, but I'll say this.
Oh, man. I'm
you
going to tell you like this.
got them people who cross them lines everywhere, man.
I'm gonna tell you like this: Devin fans, Shakur fans, even Canelo fans, ain't nobody fucking with them Pacquiao fans. Them Philippines will say some of the fuck up as shit. You be called all types of monkeys,
I
niggas.
don't
Like they
even
need
think
to.
it was all Philippines. It was a mix
You
of
know,
people. It
well,
was a
bro, they
mix of
would say
people.
they called us gator bait. They said throw the kids in the motherfucking gator's mouth, boy. Them motherfuckers, boy. And then they start speaking that Pintani or whatever the hell that shit is, and you start Googling what they say, you like, what the fuck? Like, niggas talking about y'all should have stayed. Like, well, I'm talking about, boy, them boys, and they used to go hard. Like, you should have seen it when Floyd and Pacquiao was coming up to fight, boy, you should have seen them, boy, they was going crazy. And then when Pacquiao lost, they made excuses talking about he had to have surgery and all this shit. Like, come on, man, the man got whooped. Yeah, this was before Snack, Creole. Yeah, this was before Snack. But like I said, like Bomac
He said
ruined Bud's career.
the seawater healed the shoulder or something like that, man.
Yeah. He said it was his shoulder. But Bomac fucked up Bud's career because if Bud would have got that fight, he would have been the A-side dispense right there. He would have been the A-side clear. Man came up, beat the living legend, Pacquiao. Ain't nobody doing that. Then he could have got that Keith Thurman fight or whatever. But that's why after Bomac turned down that Manny Pacquiao fight that Bob Arum tried to do, it was like Bob was like, I'm done with this nigga. Just the same way like he doing Tio. Like if you look, it seemed like Bob Arum is trying to damn cash Tio out. Like with Bob Arum trying to get you a fight and you don't do the fight Bob Arum wants, he will cash your ass out. Like it looked like he about to cash Loma ass out too, honestly. But when Bomac turned down that fight, the quality of Bud's fights went all the way down. Like the quality of his fights went down. And that's why his stardom didn't rise up like that because he fighting an old ass Kell Brook, an old ass Amir Khan, Mean Machine. Even though he's a good challenger, nobody has this Mean Machine fight. A one-leg Benavidez. Come on, man. Sean Porter got beat 3 times.
I watched that fight recently. Sean Porter was getting busy, man. That was a damn good fight. That's the thing that makes me sad about Sean Porter because in all of these fights against these top guys, he would be right there with them. And then right at the end, they would just separate from him. He gave Errol a damn good fight, then got dropped in the 11th round. Gave Bud a good fight, then got dropped in the 9th round. It's like he was right there with these guys.
But you know, with the
Just
Earl
had that
fight,
little something extra.
he ain't have no pop. Sean Porter ain't had no pop. But see, in that Earl fight, you know, Earl didn't have no strength and conditioning, and plus he was coming off a fat camp. That's the only, and Earl wanted to fight down and dirty with him. So Earl was
Yeah, he
fighting
said
the man
he'll
without
fight his
strength.
game.
Yeah. So he was fighting him without strength and conditioning as well, because that's one thing about Earl. Earl stopped being disciplined after he started getting that money. Like, he didn't take it. And that's another thing. Earl was so undisciplined after he got that money. After that, he had to go fat camp with Mikey Garcia. Then came off there, had to fat camp with damn Sean Porter. Then out there drinking and shit, doing that shit, and then getting into gangster shit, and then almost getting killed. Like, yeah. That shit
Adrian
crazy.
Broner and Sean Porter was a great fight too. Adrian Broner dropped Sean Porter like the.
Sean Porter said Adrian Broner is the hardest person that hit him in his career. He said Adrian Broner hit him the hardest of his career. He said that on his show. Adrian Broner hit him the hardest out of everybody he fought.
Yeah, he caught him real nice.
He caught that nigga flush. I was surprised Sean Porter got up. But here, I remember when Earl Spence knocked Adrian Broner out with head gears and 16 ounces. Knocked his ass out in spawn on his feet.
I heard the stories.
Hell yeah. But shit, can I get 2 more people in the Cash App or the PayPal? Support the grind before we get off of here. Support the grind one time. Just 2 more people. But yeah. Porter retired after the Spence fight. Yeah, he did retire after the Spence fight, Snoopy, but then they offered him that $6 million to come back and fight Bud, and he was like, shit, hell yeah. That nigga came out of retirement. And he was supposed to get his hip replaced. Because, you know, Earl fucked that nigga hips up. But before he got his hip replacement surgery, he came back and fought Bud. And he actually was doing good until that damn Bud was like, I'm down on the cards. Bud turned that shit up.
He ain't had to hop in like he did, though. He ain't have to hop in like he did. He was jabbing in just fine. Then he hopped in.
He got desperate. Oh. It was like he looked over at his father. His father gave him the signal. That's what everybody was saying, that Sean Porter took a dive. They say he went out on purpose because he hopped right into that punch. I was like, damn, you was doing good the whole fucking fight. What the fuck made you change that shit up?
The whole fight, he was jabbing in.
If you look at a lot of those knockdowns Bud scored, he set him up with that same trap.
I said Bud time, but then when I went back and looked at it though, Phoenix, Bud did like Tank did. Bud sat there and watched it. And one thing about Sean Porter be herky jerky, but he still has a pattern. And most fighters have a pattern in which they attack. And they'll go through a whole roundabout way, but they still always go back to that pattern. And Bud was clocking that nigga pattern. And you know, Sean jumped in a few of them times, and Bud, he timed it right. He just timed that shit right. Well, DeJuan Rooney, a hip replacement. It ain't too young to have a hip replacement if a motherfucker beating your damn hips.
And Kenny Porter was OC for stopping that fight.
Oh, he was mad about that shit.
I still believe he could have went on because it was like
he said Sean didn't talk to him for like a year. He said Sean didn't talk to him for like a year after that shit. I said Kenny had money on that fight. He stopped that shit. Kenny had money on that shit. Yeah, he was falling asleep on the damn press run, Snoopy. Because he was trying to be a podcaster and a boxer. I'm like, damn, Sean Porter falling asleep on the interview? Yeah. I think Porter wasn't the same after the Spence fight, though, because Porter gave us the best fight. That was the best fight Porter ever fought right there, boy. They had 6 trainers. Sean Porter was in training camp for 6 months. That nigga went in training camp 3 months early. So he was perfect. Sean was waiting on that fight his whole career because his dad had been bragging about Spence so much since the amateurs and since the Olympics. That's all Sean Porter heard was Earl this, Spence that. You know, Porter, boy, he took that fight personally, boy. That nigga like, man, we about to train for half a year. We getting this nigga. And Sean tried it, boy. Sean tried it. I was sitting there watching that fight. I said, boy, Sean is not playing.
Nah, he
I
just
said
getting busy.
Yeah, I see.
Spence
He
could have
on
made that
Earl.
fight easier though by using his jab, staying away. But he just wanted to fight inside. He wanted to fight. He wanted to be a
Yeah,
man
he
of his
wanted to
word
fight
like he
pound for
always
pound.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, me honestly, I might would have had to step back and hit it with a jab and set it up a couple times. Like, but you know, Earl was a man of his word. He fought in the dugout with him. He made that shit hard.
Low key, that was some of Errol's best head movement too, man. Because I was watching a fight recently, and there were like a lot of near misses. I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah,
I'd like to
Earl be
see
catching
Errol
and
continue to
shooting.
do
A
that.
lot of people don't realize, but Earl be catching and shooting like hell. And Derrick James had all of them like that, like Charlo. Hell, he had them boys trained for that catch and shoot and that head movement. Derrick James would have had a beautiful career. Derrick James was a great fighter. They just fucked Derrick James up. I think Derrick James was like 15 or 16-0. They threw that nigga in the ring in a championship match with a nigga that was like 31-1. Derrick James was whooping that nigga ass for like the first 8 rounds. And Derrick James ran out of gas. He ain't never been in a 12-round fight.
You talking about Joe Lipsy? I seen that fight. Yeah, he was Derrick James
Yeah,
doing real good in that fight.
I went back and watched it.
He was doing real good in that fight.
Yeah, until he got tired.
Yep.
And that's why Derrick James, when I talked to Derrick, he said that's why he preaches conditioning so much with his fighters. That's why his top thing is conditioning. So that's what he did.
He had Ryan conditioning up there. People talk about Ryan was weight drained. You can't be weight drained eating tacos and pizza before your weigh-in and still make weight, a healthy weight anyway. Ryan was in good condition. You ain't seen him get tired.
What's the name though? He wasn't with Derrick James for that fight. He was still with Joe Goosen.
Ryan was out of shape for that Devin fight though.
He was with Joe Goosen during the Tank fight?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
But shit, man. I'm about to get up off here. I've been on here for 2 hours, man. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say, bro? Before I close this out?
No, man. It was a pleasure being on the chat with y'all, man. Talking some boxing.
Appreciate you, bro. And make sure y'all subscribe to my man Ant McQueen. I think they be doing Casual Corner, don't you, Ant?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all check out the Casual Corner. I'll be catching the replays and stuff. But peace and blessings to all y'all, man. Shout out to the ones that looked out in the Cash App and the PayPal. Dr. Key will be back tomorrow. She's just getting her shit fixed today. So y'all have a great evening. And that's it. I'm out.
Smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought it was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get the strike and guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave him holding like the Bible? AR-15 It's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spill. 7.62 gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner.
5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops straight go. I got them all, you don't want no. Smoke. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleed. I keep this pussy, leaving nigga bleed. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleed. I get the squeezing, leaving nigga bleed.
Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all nigga keep talking about you want smoke. You can't catch me on social media, my nigga. I'm in the street with it, you dig what I'm saying?